Howdy, my name is Jacob. I play chess, and if you want to get right into this, skip to the 1 minute, not 1 minute, maybe 2 minute or 3 minute mark. This is my fifth take doing this, so I don't have any editing equipment, and I'm basically doing this in one take. And I don't know, I don't know why I felt the need to do this. I kind of just woke up. Um, Actually, no, I was at my grandparents, and I had no internet, and all I had was The Matrix 4 and John Carpenter's The Thing downloaded on my phone. I watched The Thing, then I watched The Matrix like 3 times because I was like, okay, I really like The Matrix. The Matrix trilogy, the first Matrix movie is like the first movie I ever saw, so I guess it left a huge impression on me. But um, I just felt like I had to say something about this, I guess. So the next morning, I wrote the good I liked about the movie, which isn't a lot. I stretched on some things so it didn't seem like I hated the movie. I don't hate the movie. I think it's an alright movie. I wrote a lot of bad things I didn't like about it, and some things that should be fixed or that needs to be fixed. And uh, after recording that video, it seemed kind of bad. I wanted to make a better video, and I felt the best way to do that is by making something easier to read. Not just some Spanish notebook. This isn't Spanish. This is tenant stuff, but not my old high school Spanish notebook. So, as you can read the title, I made this Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. I'll get to that in a second, but I'm no writer. I'm no movie director. I'm none of that. I'm just someone who likes watching movies and someone who thinks logically. And if you want to critique my critique, I would really appreciate it because I don't know if I'm right or not. So let me know. Yeah. Let me just jump right into this. Some issues that I have. I'm gonna move this after I talk about Act One, by the way, because I don't know. Some things that I think need to be fixed is the Bluetooth scene where Neo just I guess he's still connected to the Matrix, and he can Emperor Palpatine lightning the force the Sentinels that are coming at them. Actors are getting old. That's something outside of the movie, but humans escaping their pods. Like in the first Matrix movie, I think the robot that grabbed Neo's neck should have snapped his neck and then sent him off. They don't really explain that well, and if they did, I missed it. I'm ashamed that I missed it because I thought I knew everything. I literally just watched the 3 movies last night just for this. So so yeah. And the other thing is humans being batteries. With this, I feel like this script, plot point, story beats that need to be hit will fix that. We'll fix these things, and if you think this is bad, let me know. Why does my face look so weird right now? Hopefully my voice was being heard. But Act 1, I don't like changing a lot of things. If you made a blue peyote, I'm not going to say you should have made a red cactus. I'm going to say you maybe should have made the blue a bit bigger, made the leaves a bit bigger. I mean, blue a bit brighter and the leaves a bit bigger. Like, I don't know. But I feel like this is a. I'm sorry. The movie's gonna start off pretty much the same. You can keep the montage. I personally would, just because it will add elements of everyday life and of feeling of repetitiveness within the Matrix, which is gonna be a thing I'm gonna play on a bit later. But the only thing that will change is 2 things. When Neo escapes the Matrix with the 2 robots, the pods with the 2 robots, Trinity is not going to raise her hand, and she's not going to open her eyes. No, that's not going to happen. It's either you're connected into the Matrix, or you're not connected into the Matrix. No lucid dreaming. Maybe there could be lucid dreaming if they showed a scene where Neo was like asleep, and then as he's sleeping, he's waking up in his real pod, and he's seeing like the inside of his pod and stuff, and then he like wakes up from the nightmare back into the Matrix and then goes back onto his everyday mundane life with the montage or some shit. I guess, yeah, then do that. but they didn't, and I don't know. It just seems really out of place. I don't like it. I guess that just messes with the world building in my mind. And also, Neo is going to be blind. When Neo leaves, he's just gonna have the flame electricity vision where he sees that stuff from the Thor movie. Just to keep with the continuity. And yeah, Trinity's gonna be paralyzed from the waist down. Yeah. They launch just from the waist down. I know her arms got hit, but just for the story, just it's a movie. Well, I should have been thinking this and I when I made this, I've been thinking. Never mind. Anyway, Neo talks about Trinity. Then he's like, we gotta go get Trinity. Bugs is telling him about how the new world and all this stuff, and then Sentinels are chasing him. The Sentinels need Neo back because if they don't have Neo, they don't have their nuclear reactor fusion power shit. So they need to go get Neo. Sentinels come. These are upgraded new Sentinels, just like how the agents were upgraded. Because I believe a lot of people connect the agents with the Sentinels, to be honest. I don't think that's right in the universe, but I believe a lot of people do. But, maybe, like, the Sentinels will look the same, and then be like, oh, Neo will be like, oh, thank God. It's just these guys. And then they'll be throwing their arms, and then their arms will connect to the ship, and their arms will be sentient, and there'll be, like, robot snakes coming at them. So now there's, like, these octopus spider robots coming at them and snake robots coming at them that connect and stuff. Something new, right? They start flying to Io because they got nowhere else safe to be. That's the only way. Neo learns about Io. End of Act 1. Act 2 is going to begin now. I hope you enjoy my McDonald's crispy chicken box. But I'm moving it here so I don't have to keep doing that, to be honest. But Morpheus, they're gonna Act 2 begins. Neo's gonna meet Niobe. I'm gonna fucking bulp. I should stop vaping. Act 2 begins. Neo meets Niobe. Niobe is like, oh, I have good news and bad news that you heal. And the good news is we have strawberries. I don't know. The bad news is that Morpheus is gone. And Neo's like, what? And then they go to the Morpheus statue, and Niobe's like, yeah, man, one day he just had the blankest look on his face, and then he just got up and walked away when we were playing like our Matrix chess game, and like he just walked away and no one's ever seen him. He just disappeared. It was crazy. And he was like, that's crazy. Wow, that's crazy, man. But also the bad news is that Neo is a nuclear reactor. He and Trinity both power Machine City, and that the machines are gonna go to war to get Neo back. So, also I just want to quick say, I don't know why Niobe helps Neo at the end to get Trinity. I don't know why, but anyway, this kind of fixes it. But anyway, Neo learns at the nuclear reactors, so Neo has a choice. He either stays and gets taken by the machines, so there's peace, or he leaves and then war happens. Niobe isn't gonna listen to Neo. She's gonna bring him to the machines no matter what. And Io is not helping them. But just before Neo can make a decision, an earthquake happens. I had to think about that. An earthquake happens. And Niobe thinks it's the machines attacking to get Neo. So she locks him up in the apartment cell, and Neo is just chilling there until the Bugs crew comes. The new Morpheus is like, you have a choice, but it's really not a choice, or something like that. And then Neo decides to pull a Joel with the Bugs crew and go save Trinity. Now, with saving Trinity, there's 3 things I would change. 1, no montage, because I want to save the montage for after. 2, the feather tattooed lady is going to be the one to do the brain transfer, because, like, why would they incorporate the scene of... Why not have Bugs be the one to be like, oh, Trinity's my hero, I look up to her, I respect her, and all that stuff? Why set that up to not have a payoff? So, and the third thing I would change is Trinity being paralyzed. That was a weird face. Weird face. Trinity being paralyzed. She's gonna be paralyzed, and this is where you can have the montage scene. You can have Neo living his everyday life now on the ship, and he starts seeing patterns. Seeing, cause get it, cause he's blind. He starts seeing patterns, kind of like in the Matrix, and the ideas were enforcing the Matrix and a Matrix theory, the M&M theory. If you don't know what it is, go look it up. Basically, the architect in Matrix 2 says there's like a 1% of the people who reject the Matrix. So what do? They gonna put them into the another Matrix, one where instead of the 9 to 5 mundane life of friends, family, and job are the distraction of the machines like controlling you. It's gonna be the machines themselves are the distraction. They're they're like that's why Machine City's literally lit up and everywhere else is just black. It's dark. They want to be a beacon. They want them to be the distraction. Like, hey, come look at us. We're the real reason that you are stuck in that matrix. Come defeat us. You know what I mean? So, um, but maybe there'll even be a scene where oh, I forgot I'm talking about the Matrix and Matrix theory. I was also gonna say during the montage scene, there could probably be a scene where Neo gets annoyed by the Neologist asking him a bunch of questions. But um, this is what's gonna be the build up. It's gonna be a Matrix and a Matrix. This movie's gonna be a transitional movie into the if you wanted a new trilogy, it could be a transitional movie into the new trilogy, or it could just be a transitional movie into the ending. This could also be an ending, but with nowhere else to go, since Machine City wants Trinity and Neo back, and they can't go back to IO because they'll bring them back to Machine City. They decide to go hunt for Morpheus as their best bet because Morpheus is somewhere out there apparently. He just disappeared, and either he's dead or he's alive living, and they're gonna have to take that chance if they want to live. They're not gonna have food, so they're gonna have to do that, and Act 3 begins. So, as they hunt for Morpheus, they get attacked by Machine City. They send everything, and I mean everything, because not only is Machine City 10 steps ahead and seeing what's happening right now, the Machine City needs power. That's at least what the crew thinks. The Machine City needs power, and so they're coming after Trinity and Neo to go get them for shit, and yeah, a good action chase scene ensues, so the audience can still be intrigued with everything. So an action scene will ensue. Neo tells Bugs to take control of the ship because she had the White Rabbit tattoo, and this is where Neo just comes full circle. He has some revelation in his head. He has some Matrix revelation in his head, and where like the idea is this whole time, ever since the first movie, I guess, if you really want to think that far back, this Oracle omnipotent Matrix program has been playing a chess game to get people out of the Matrix. For some reason, maybe really long ago when it first started, some scientist was programmed in some important program that can't be deleted, and then within that program, there's this secondary function it has. I guess I don't know, but anyway, the they're going in this action scene. Neo tells Bugs to take control. Everyone else gets in defensive positions. Even Machine City probably sent the AT-AT pod carrying transfer walker things after them too, just because just literally everything. And more robots, why not? And as they get not driven out, but run further away from Machine City, they maybe start seeing repeated destroyed buildings, things maybe repeating, kind of like some backrooms type deal. And it's just what I said before. If I said it in this take, the Machine City is the distraction, not the mundane life as the distraction. And so as they're going down this path that Bugs is leading them on, they come to this church why not? There's a lot of religious things going on. So they come to this church, maybe a Scientology church. I think people would find that funny. And inside it, they're following this trail of spare parts and blood and ripped clothing and like tools and stuff. And they come to the back end of the church where maybe like even as they come up to the church, they see it's just one big, huge metal machine wall, just that goes up forever. It's just a huge wall, and they go inside the church to the back of it, and they see the wall as if it's been cut into the church perfectly, like as if you're playing a video game and you see some item clip through a wall or something like that, kind of like that type deal. And they see Morpheus's lifeless corpse connected to it with some weird plug that's probably about like the size of a ruler, and it looks man-made. There's gonna be a bunch of spare parts around him. It's implied that Morpheus connected himself with an invention he made. I couldn't pause the video. I'm sorry. Excuse me. And they each decide to, since the machines are coming after them, they stay for death or plug themselves in the machine. So one by one, they plug in. As they plug in, maybe as they plug in, earthquakes will happen, and and since the operator who controls the ship, the guy with the red wood force tattoos, it's redwood force tattoos, like he can't get plugged in. Maybe he's just a program. That's why. Oh, everyone who's not doesn't have holes is just a program. You know what I mean? But the neologist will stay behind just because we're gonna have 6 people going into the real world, and that's a lot of people. I think 5 is a bit manageable, but if you want to have the neologist go with, have him go with. But I feel like you can have some emotional scene here. It's like, oh, it turns out that these 2 guys were lovers. It's 2023. You know what I mean? Like, and it'll be fine. I think people will accept it. People will love that. And like, I don't want you to die alone. No, go. No, I don't want. Whatever. Have some scene. But anyway, after that dramatic, emotional scene, they get brought into the real world. They're in some X-Men, Wolverine Origins style tub where he gets the adamantium, you know what I mean? And above him is like a crane that picks humans up out of the tub and puts them in. And as Neo's waking up, he's looking around and he sees a black guy running at him. And then he looks to his right and he sees the tubs are getting like lids placed on them, and because Morpheus is the one who got out, you know what I mean? He's the first one to ever get out. So now he's trying to help Trinity and Neo get out before they're all closed, and then there can be some dramatic scene where they need to get Bugs and the girl with the feather tattoos out of a tub that with a lid on it and stuff, and that's basically where the movie would end. You'd wake up in a new body. Neo would be a new actor. Morpheus would be a new actor. Trinity would be a new actor. You can either continue the movie from there or not. Explain right there that humans are processing chips, and that's why it felt like you had 60 years inside the Matrix and not in the real world in a 20-year-old body or a 30-year-old body, depending on the actor, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I kind of rushed at the end because I'm seeing how long this video is being, but that's basically all I got with this. And yeah, I don't know what the plans were for the new Matrix movie, if this was the last one or not, but I don't even know what I'm saying now. I don't even know if there's a point to this. This is just a bad video anyway. I've been doing this too much. This is like my 20th time recording it. I know I said my 5th, but that's because this was the 5th one today I've done, and I'm just kind of done doing this. I'm just gonna embarrass myself and upload this on the internet. Have a good night.